All right, this video is an open challenge to all the Indians who are on social media and especially on WhatsApp group, and especially the 20s, the youngsters. This video is nothing but an open challenge to you to prove me wrong. Okay? I openly challenge you. I will not be deleting the comments, but obviously, if you put profanity and nonsense, YouTube's algorithm does it. I don't know how to do it. Okay? What is this video about? Well, this morning I got up with a headache because I slept late. I had a client call, and when your sleep gets disrupted, you know, especially when you cross your nearing your 50s, you don't sleep on time, you get a headache. So I woke up with a heavy head, and as usual, I was sitting on my chair, checking the emails, business correspondence, and then I checked my WhatsApp group. And in my this WhatsApp group, which is dedicated for free resumes, interview tips, job hunt strategies, which is normally very cold. It's normally not very active. Yes, people do share their resumes, or they ask for advice, or they ask for tips, and if anyone is free, they chime in. And I also sometimes, when I'm free, I give advice. Listen, change your resume. This is not good. That is not good. Or they say, this is my brand. This is my website. So we help each other, and there are many job postings which are shared there. Okay, so it's not a very active group, but they are always seeking for help. My other groups are super hyper active, 500, 1,000 messages. But this time when I woke up in the morning, I was like nearly 500 messages. I was like, whoa, okay, fine. Finally, the group is successful. Okay, we have things happening. So I was curious to see well, what, like, was there big job postings, or why suddenly the spike in engagement? And to my utter disappointment, there was a image of Infosys Narayana Murthy of the 70 hours. By the way, by coincidence, I have another video in the pipeline waiting, 3 videos about the 70-hour work week, whatever. I've still not published it. Okay. So they posted this JPEG image, 70 hours work week, and he says, okay. And then all these youngsters were like, yeah, they just want to exploit you. Yeah, they just want to slave. I dare him, let him pay us one per hour. They are evil. They want us, what slave mentality? The slave mentality is not going, blah, 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 bitching and moaning and groaning. And there was nothing of value. There was no positive statements, as in there was nothing like tips on improvement, job postings. There was no these are the areas you can improve. There was no feedback. Okay, your profile is this. No, just gossiping, bitching, and moaning about Narayana Murthy and Infosys and the 70-hour. I was just looking, and I don't know what, but I snapped. And then I gave them a long litany, and members of that group know. I put a long bitch slap I gave them. I said, instead of you guys bitching and moaning and groaning like females, what you do, why don't you do something worthwhile for yourself? All this time you spend bitching and moaning, putting negativity and, oh, boo-hoo-hoo, poor is me, oh, I'm a victim and this and that. Why don't you do something worthwhile? Like, with all the bitching and moaning, did your bank balance grow? Did you get a promotion? Did you get job offers? No. Why are you bitching and moaning, man? And did you add any value to each other? All they did was, like, a couple of drunk guys. Oh, my life is shit. Oh, yeah, poor thing, your life is shit. Oh, poor baby. Oh, we are all. This is the problem with Indians. They like to bitch and moan and groan. And here's the best part. Some of them, they work for this company. They smile. They show that they're very grateful they have a job. But behind, they will backstab and bitch and moan and groan about the same employer, the same company. Now, by the way, I spoke to a Infosys guy. I spoke to one guy who's working with Infosys. I called him. I spoke to him for 40 minutes. And he's part of another group. He's a verified member. So when he mentioned that he works for Infosys, I said, can I give you a call? He said, please, sir, it's a pleasure. Fine. I called him and I said, first, let me hit the nail on the head. Can you please tell me if Infosys is forcing people to work 70 hours or overtime without pay? He said, no, sir, that is total rubbish. They just took Mr. Narayan Murthy out of context in a whole interview, in a whole talk that he had of almost 30, 40 minutes. They took one line out of context, and the media is having a field day because they're getting views and engagement and people are fighting. There's a food fight. So then I asked him, okay, tell me the truth. Tell me the truth. What exactly is happening? And this is what he said. Okay, this is what he said. He told me in India there are these colleges. Actually, the exploitation starts with colleges. These colleges, they advertise that if you study in our college, whatever, we will give you guaranteed placements. There will be interview in the campus, on-campus interviews, and guaranteed placements for top students, whatever. So, and they charge a premium. They charge students a premium to join such institutes because they say, we will give you guaranteed placement. What they don't tell you is that these guaranteed placements are where you'll be working either as an intern for free or you'll be working for the lowest salary possible. Lowest. And when I asked him, what is the lowest? He said, sir, they can even pay from 10 to 15,000 rupees. My jaw dropped when I said 10 to 15,000 Indian rupees. I said, boss, I earned that for a few minutes. Phone call. He said, yes, sir, this is the reality. I said, man, they, like the graduates in Dubai, a fresher, like I'll just give you the exact amount. Minimum, AED to INR. Okay, minimum that a graduate will earn. The dumbest graduate will earn around 70,000 Indian rupees, 70. And when he told me that they earn 10,000, I was shocked. Okay, then after that, what he told me is, sir, and after that, after they'll make you work for intern or as an intern for free, or they give you big promises. You work, you prove yourself. After 3 months, we'll increase slowly. And then after 3 months, we'll evaluate it, increase slowly. So based on that hope, we join. But after we join, after 3 months, they say, oh, it is not up to the mark. Oh, you still have to prove yourself. Oh, they give you all sort of excuse. And then it continues until the student who's working there, with all the enthusiasm, with all the promises kept in his head, he realizes he has been taken for a ride. And then he starts looking out for another job. He said, sir, this is what happened to me. Luckily, I started with a 22,000 rupees salary, but I was constantly looking out for other opportunities. And that is where I got into Infosys. Okay. He's saying at Infosys, sir, there are managers, there are good managers, there are bad managers. Not all managers are good, not all managers are bad. Just as not all employees are good, not all employees are bad. And this is where I chimed in and I told him, will you agree with what I say when I tell you that out of 100 employees, if you take the Pareto principle, 80% are average and below average, 20% are high achievers, and out of the 20%, there will be maybe 1 to 5% who are ultra supersonic achievers who really are exceptional. He said, you're absolutely right. Okay. So he said there are good managers, bad managers. Good managers will nurture you. Bad managers, to keep their costs down, they'll exploit you. And then there are associates or affiliates of Infosys who provide services. But these people who are not actually working directly for Infosys, but indirectly, they get exploited. I said, okay, fine. Then I asked him, by the way, I'm referring the notes because I took down the notes as he spoke. He said, sir, what Mr. Narayan Murthy is saying is just as Japan, which was reduced to ashes after the Hiroshima and Nagasaki, they built the economy because all the employees, all the workers, all the management, the government, all worked together to build a country for greatness, not focusing on selfish agenda. Mr. Narayan Murthy said the same thing. In fact, I watched his interview, 30 minutes, this thing. He speaks like a loving, caring grandfather. And he clearly started this interview where he said that my colleague Ratan Tata just passed away, just died. Very soon I will also die. So I really want our Indians to succeed. He has nothing but love for Indians and India. And he said, I really want our Indians to be number one. I want India to be number one. And he's saying if you have to compete against China, against all the other third world, all the other superpowers, we have to have leadership. So there was nothing that he said wrong. Nothing. Just imagine you speak for an hour and all you do is cherry pick one bloody, 4, 5 words and say, oh, he said work 70 hours. That's it. In fact, here's my question to you. Who's forcing you to work for Infosys? Who is forcing you to work? In India, you can work for anyone. If you feel an employer is taking advantage of, who the hell is forcing you to work for them? Don't work. Don't work. Work for someone else. India is a free country. And in fact, if you are so particular, I don't want to work extra hours, I'll work only the minimum hours. Baba, sit at home and do what you want. No. If you're so great, if you're so much in demand, work wherever the hell you want. Why are you bitching, moaning, and groaning? It is like instead of having men, alpha men, we are having this, I don't know the term, sigma or you're bloody like not only chakas, yeah, you're like gossipy, females. What? Be a fucking man. Take charge of your bloody life. You don't like a job, don't work there. You don't like a country, plan out a way to get out of there. You don't like a relationship, break it off. Don't be into it and then bitch and oh, poor me, oh, victim, oh, give me a hug. Let's all cry together. Let's drink a bottle of scotch and let's complain about our lives. Where is your enterprising spirit here? And then he even mentioned the fact that there was this work from home quota that was given. But what they realized is work from home, they will work few hours, but then they will also be working for another company during those same hours or after those hours. Now, in as much as it is not wrong to work for somebody else, when you sign a legal contract, one is you have to honor the contract. Okay, let's assume that you want to work through the loopholes. But I'll tell you how the Indian mentality is. Let's say the guy is working for Infosys, he's working the 8 hours, and then, at the part time, he's working for another company. Okay? Say Google or Microsoft or whatever. The Indian mentality is such where he will not keep this information to himself. He will go and tell his friends, Arey yaar, how smart I am. I work 8 hours here. I know how to make extra money. Hey, tell me how you make extra money. Arey yaar, it's only my secret. Come on, yeah, you're number one. You're the greatest. You can tell your friends. Okay, don't tell anyone, huh? And he tells this one person, just one person, listen, during free time, I work for Microsoft and Google. Hey, can you introduce me to contact? Acha, chal, you take this contact. So he informs the other guy. The other guy does the same bloody thing. He wants to show he's great, no? Arey yaar, I'm super smart. I work for one job, but I make money from 2 companies. Hey, how tell us here? Then he will tell his friends. Then he'll tell his mother, brother, father, sister, uncle, aunt. And before you know it, everybody has come to know the secret. And before you know it, one guy will go and tell the manager of Infosys, sir, can I tell you a secret? Don't tell anyone. Tell me. If you are loyal to me, I'll give you promotion. Tell me. What? So he'll say, sir, many of them are working with Infosys and other companies to make extra money. Very good information. Give me more. And who did they contact? Oh, okay. The manager then will go to the management because he wants a promotion. He wants to show that I am spying for you. I'm giving you exclusive information. The inform manager, sir, I found this information. These guys are working with Infosys, part-time Google and Microsoft. Sir, see, I give you information. Don't forget next promotion, me, I'm loyal to you. No problem, Mr. ABCD, you will get. It's a good thing you expose this. We as HR, we are loyal to only the management, not to these guys. We also are looking for our promotion. Okay. So, manager wants a promotion. HR, they also want a promotion. They inform the management. And then they stop this. Now, who's to blame for this? Yeah, you guys, because you opened your potty mouth instead of keeping quiet. You have to brag about it on social media, show that you're larger than life. And because of this, the problem with our Indians, you give them a finger, no? They'll eat the whole hand like an anaconda. You just give them the finger. Here, just take this much. They'll take the whole thing. I personally have dealt with Indians my whole bloody life. And I can openly tell you this. Out of 10 people, if I help all the 10, maybe less than one would really be grateful. The others, after they get what they want, they either ignore you or they don't acknowledge you, which anyway you don't care. But at least that gratitude should be there. But even worse is they'll turn around, ask you for more, and if you say no, then they'll abuse you. I've got guys who have helped, and you can check my videos where I've even helped people with placements, with GoFund, raising funds for their children, family placements for their cousins and everything, and they ended up giving me bad words and saying that, don't you dare talk about us and spoil our name. There's one video, one of the worst clients I ever had. I helped her husband, helped her children get, money, schooling, help them balance their life. And then she threatened me saying that, don't you dare talk about me that you helped me because you're spoiling my name in my village. I'm respected. I don't want you to know you give me freebies. Without my permission, don't talk about me. And which I was not. And to put her in her place, I spoke to all my contacts, informed them what the story was. She lost everything. And then she's shameless enough to come back to me. I learned my mistake. Please, can you help us again? Can you give us money again? This is how our Indians are. I'm not saying all Indians. Remember, not all Indians. You just need the bite of one snake to get the fear of all snakes. This is the problem with our Indians. What am I trying to tell you through this whole video? And what is my challenge to you? My challenge to you is, number one, what I've told you, tell me if I'm wrong. Well, I give many points, no? Infosys, they're not exploiting you. You're joining with your own free will. There are good managers, there are bad managers. There are good employees, there are bad employees. Narayana Murthy was taken out of context. So I've given you open challenge to prove where I'm wrong here. Second one, by bitching and moaning and groaning and gossiping on social media groups with anonymous names, anonymous identities, how does it help your career? You need an outlet to bitch about like a female? Instead of that, why don't you focus on your career, man? I have these WhatsApp groups where you're not allowed to share news links. All you got to do is share it's a mastermind group where you share your goals for the day and the struggle. Then at the end of the day, what did you achieve? What were the struggles? And advice for improvement. They empower themselves. And don't ask me to join because it's exclusive. I have only 24 members, only 24. And if you do not share your goals for the day, you're removed. If you're just being there just to read other people's this thing, and no. I want people who really work towards their goals. I have multiple groups, many groups. But this group, they focus only on their goals. Many people have asked me to join. They have even offered money. I said no. On people who I know, people who have proved it to me, and people who work. And they all hold each other accountable. Now, if you were to be in a group like that, fine. But if you're in a group where you only bitch and moan and groan, and how does it help, boss? And one final thing I'll give you. Yeah, you're talking about, India is what? It has the slavery mindset. From the British Raj, they have the slavery mindset and all that. You're blaming the system. True. I agree with you. There are a lot of people in high places, especially old-timers, who are bullies, who want you to call them sir, who want you to be their slave. I agree with you 100%. There are such people. Okay? I'm agreeing with you on this. Now, you tell me if I'm wrong or right. But the people who work under them, the juniors, out of 100, are all 100% honest, 100% hardworking, 100% with integrity? Or are there the 80-20 principle I said? Like in a classroom, the rank holder is 1 to 10, 10 rank holders, or maximum 20. Rest everyone is average or below average. So if you are an employer, tomorrow you're an employer and you had to employ 100 employees, and 80, 90 of them are just wasting time, just gossiping, talking average, just want to take their salary and go home. What are you going to start being? Oh, I will be charitable with them. I'll be Mother Teresa's, next reincarnation. I'll nurture them, breastfeed them. Indians, you give them finger, they'll take a whole bloody hand. And if you are an employer, this is take my last challenge. If you were an employer, you would exploit these sons of bitches. You would be the same person who you're complaining about. Because in India, it's nothing but survival of the fittest. The whole system of India is messed up. You can't change the system. You can only change yourself. So if you do not like an employer, you do not like a company, you do not like someone, make a change. You make a change. I didn't like my life before. I made a change. I didn't like the country I was staying. I changed. I didn't want to stay in India. I chose not to. Make a change, no? And to all those keyboard warriors and gossipy, bitchy females with anonymous YouTube names, no? Who are big heroes, giving, how much you're earning per day? $500 per day. You piece of shit. Oh, your views are down. Oh, you're this. Why don't we talk about you, how great you are? Reveal your true identity and then let's talk, no? What have you accomplished? If you're not happy with your life, make a change. Gossiping and bitching and talking about others, about Narayana Murthy, who has achieved far more than you and your 100 generations will ever achieve. Have some shame, man. Let me know your thoughts if you think I'm wrong or right. There are right now, as you are bitching and gossiping, listening to this video and ready to attack and say, hey, you're a piece of shit. Right now, at this very second, there is another Indian, your age, who maybe knows you, who studied with you, but who's working very hard towards making his career instead of wasting his time on social media. And I know for a fact, there have been clients who, them with all their 10 friends, for example, all same education, same village, same everything. Nine of them, let's put 9 of them. Okay, 9 of them, they continued being in India, earning the same salary, bitching, moaning, groaning. That one guy went abroad, and after 5 years or 10 years, now he earns more than all these 9 combined, including their families. And that one guy has a house, has a beautiful wife, has a beautiful family, has a business, has investments, has land, and he's living his dream. So either you are a winner or you're a whiner. You choose. Anyway, this is what I wanted to share with you. Good, bad, ugly, feel free. Comment down below. It's me signing off. Take care.